right, it's a strong economy. We're going to talk a little bit about the economy and related matters. We bring in the great Liz Peek, Fox News contributor, and my pal Dan Clifton, Strategas head of policy research in Washington, D.C. Good to see both of you. Dan Clifton, just give me a couple of words. Are we going to get major changes in the Federal Reserve? There's lots of stories about Kevin Warsh. Now, we know he's a reformer, but they're talking today, I don't know, I hate to say it, but the Financial Times, anyway, he's going to stop forward guidance, no more interest rate forecasting. Actually, they shouldn't do any forecasting at all because they always get it wrong, Dan.
Well, Larry, first, great to see you. And I would just argue that you have a new chairman, and the new chairman's going to get immediate reforms in there. I'll give you one example. Vice Chair Bowman put through financial deregulation that's working its way through the process. That's absolutely critical for Warsh to get his priorities through. Because if you can unlock all that dead bank capital sitting on their balance sheets, it will allow the Fed balance sheet to start to come down. I think that's the essence of the change. Small balance sheet allows you to lower rates eventually. Okay, right now we have high balance sheet, high rates. That's not a good policy. Then he can do changes himself, which is, hey, I'm not going to do forward guidance anymore. You'll see that. But there is an awful lot of resistance on the board to doing some of the other changes. And you're seeing it almost daily from Logan and from the Cleveland Fed and then from internally at the New York Fed.
Can he fire them?
Those forces.
Can he just go out and fire them all? Ha, ha, ha.
Well, he could if Jay Powell steps down off the Federal Reserve.
Yes.
And that's why Powell's likely going to stay on the Fed until after the midterm elections. He's seeing if the Democrats take the Senate.
Whoa.
And so it's making it harder for Warsh to get his reforms through. But he'll get a lot of them done.
That's very interesting. What you just said, Dan, is very interesting and disheartening. Now, Liz Peek, you know the economy is very strong. The refunds and the general tax cut stimulus is giving bigger tailwinds to this economy than probably anybody thought.
Yeah, Treasury Secretary Bessent actually talked about that today. And frankly, I think there's been far too little conversation about the impact of the big, beautiful bill, all the tax measures that you've talked about, which are spurring incredible increases in investment in this country. Also the tariffs, the combination of tariffs and deregulation and the tax bill have been very, very powerful. The tax bill in particular, though, it's always been slammed by Democrats as not helping average Americans, not helping the affordability crisis, et cetera. But it turns out that the average refund was up like 11%, overall refunds up 17%. Tens of millions of people took advantage of every single one of those tax breaks that President Trump ran on, the no tax on tips, the no tax on overtime. These were very, very powerful. The increased child tax credit, similarly, very powerful things, Larry. And I think, you know, we've seen that in terms of consumer spending over the last couple of months. People had more money to spend in their pockets, et cetera.
And business is booming.
But it just drives me crazy that here we are coming up to another reconciliation bill, and no one's even talking about further tax cuts, maybe to spur the growth of the economy even further and to carry forward on that first bill. Why not? I don't get it.
Dan Clifton, one other morsel. You're both full of morsels. Announced today, I think, Bessent, but a U.S.-China trade board or a U.S.-China board of trade. They're not really our best friend, Dan, but can you give me a little wisdom on that one?
Sure. And first, Liz, that was a great explanation of the One Big Beautiful Bill. The level of investment is spreading itself out, not just AI. Now it's manufacturing and it's pharmaceuticals. So the boom is coming.
Real quick.
And then this Board of Trade is a way of de-escalating with China a bit. Look, they can always use the rare earths against us. We say, go build your chips. We'll go build our rare earth industry. We don't want to bring the global economy to a total collapse here. And so the Board of Trade and the Board of Investment have very specific factors. Find tariffs that don't really matter, like China fireworks, and let's lower those tariffs. It's going to be about $30 billion of tariffs. And on the investment side, can China make investments here that are not a national security risk? I think it will be relatively small, Larry, but this is a way of de-escalating and making sure we don't bring the global economy to a halt based on our trade competition.
War with Iran, peace with China.